Thought we had a good practice tonight. Again, we went full pads and worked a good bit of us again, and worked a little bit of Utah State again, just kind of introducing both sides of the ball. And but I thought it was a productive day. I thought that the practice tempo early was a little bit slow, but we really picked it up, finished well, and so overall very productive. And we've got to continue to get better every day. But we're starting to narrow the reps and narrow the plan. So I think it's going to get increasingly easier in terms of game plan and reps. So overall, very good day.
How's Mike Dyer's health been since he came back from his injuries? Has he kind of bounced back? He has.
He's healthy, and again, it was in the point in camp where just kind of everybody was beat up. And again, there's several other guys that are kind of bouncing back from the same thing, just some bumps and bruises. But yeah, he's doing well.
Have you settled on that, I guess, third tailback yet?
We're at a lot of positions right now. We're still rotating a lot of different people. One thing that we know that there's just positions on our team where we're going to have to play, a lot of people. So we're, rotating Anthony Morgan in there, and of course Ontario plays it, Michael Dyer plays it. Really with Trey Mason in there as well. I mean, we've got some guys that can carry the football. Again, the challenge with the young guys is the protection, and making sure they're really up on the protections and things of that nature. But we'll continue to work, and we feel confident with a few different guys back there.
Gene, y'all got a lot of guys going to play in this game who play quarterback in high school. A pretty significant number. Is there some benefit to that for somebody that comes in here that they've been in that position?
I think so, Philip. I think when you talk about quarterbacks in high school, I think the one thing that they bring to the table is I think they see a little more of the big picture, depending on what you're asking them to do. But I think that quarterbacks is kind of they've got that that full field vision, being able to see a lot of things. I think that again schematically, I think they understand the big picture. A little bit better than some guys, especially a young guy that played it in high school. So we do have quite a few guys on our team that were, that were former quarterbacks. And the thing is that we like recruiting those type of guys. And they're all, there's different guys at different positions. But the reality of it is they usually have a pretty good grasp of what's going on, even if the guy ends up being a defensive player. He understands offensively what's happening to him. So. Those guys, they bring a lot to the table.
We've been hearing more about Jamar Travis here lately, Gene. I mean, what's kind of sound like he's flipped a switch or something?
Well, we're hoping that we're hoping he can help us. He's still a work in progress, and every day we're really trying to push him to be able to play a role with our defense. At our defensive line specifically, that inside position, losing all the guys that we did, and a lot of really great players there, as we know. That strained us a little bit defensively. So that inside defensive tackle position may be a little bit of positioned by committee. And so a guy like Jamar Travis has he's got an opportunity in front of him, and he's gotten better. There's no question, and he's got to continue to work in that direction. But again, he's fighting every day for a role on our team. So I'm proud of him and what he's done, and he has come on, but he's got a ways to go.
Gene, is Mike Blakely, is that pretty over with pretty much now as far as possibility of
Philip, I'm not going to go out on that limb yet, but when we know that is definitively the case, then I'll let you know. And Chris Davis has really come on as a corner for us. We're expecting him to play well. He got a lot of experience last year. He's really had a great camp. He's worked extremely hard to be better at his trade. So he's done well. Of course, T-Bell, we saw him come on last year, and again, he hasn't arrived, but he certainly made a lot of strides at that position, and knowing that we can move him into, you know, some nickel and dime situations as well. But the fact of the matter is, there's a bunch of freshmen that are going to have to help us out there. And so they're working to get better every day as well, but, you know, they're going to have to play.
What have you seen out of Jonathan Mincy after not playing last year? Finally gets in, you know, got some practice time. What have you seen out of him this fall?
Too much inconsistency. You know, there's times when, you know, he plays okay. There's times when he, you know, plays like, you know, like a freshman. You know, so he certainly has done some things that look like that's the way they ought to be done within the structure of the defense, and then sometimes he's out of position and things of that nature. But he's got to continue to grow up, and he's got to continue to work.